Another day, another turn report. This is turn 31, and we completed some alteration. So we have alteration 5 now. Did some site searching, we got some stuff. Yeah, sure. Proclamation Abyss here, whatever, he's AI. Then there were some battles. This was the turn that we attacked TNN. But let's just watch some battles and see what happens. So this is Vanheim that is sieging down one of TNN's castles. So we have Vanheim over here with a bunch of chaff, looks like, and then Van here's up front with some ungeared casters, Van Jarls. So we know these, they are very scary when they're buffed. Over here we have a lot of sacreds, so I'm guessing this is all of TNN's army. 2 Alpha warriors, along with some Silly Elf, the Prophet, some City Lords, I don't know, something like that. Interestingly, he has equipped them with great swords of sharpness. I am almost 100% certain that this was for countering Dionis. There was also some +5 strength from a Bear Claw, and some of the others will also have a 4 defense from a Cat Charm. These are very easy to make items, so I'm guessing he doesn't have much conjure or construction, although they are very efficient and really strong for the purpose. So they're actually quite well kitted out, or like very well thought out kit. Don't have much experience, probably good for us. Yes, so these are very strong. Yeah, let's see if they do a bless. Now, this bless is insane. He has all resistances, then he has Fate Weaving, which if you don't know what that is, we'll have a look in a bit. Some strength, Blood Surge, Dark Vision, I don't know why, I think they already have that, whatever. Heat Hour and Chill Hour. So this is very difficult to deal with, mainly just due to all the resists. But the Heat Hour and Chill Hour also kind of fucks you a bit. So this is kind of crazy. Yeah, and that on top of very killy bugs is like 25 defense, 20 strength, hits for 40 with armor piercing. So he's gonna hit for, let's say he's fighting our Colossus, then he's gonna hit for the same amount as our protection, but then half it from the sword. So he's gonna do a lot of damage to our Colossus basically. That's an issue. These I don't have any problems with from the Colossus side, but the problem is mostly that, let's say we fight this with the Colossus, then our Colossus will most likely hit all this, well, I'm gonna call it chaff, but I mean very strong sacred units. So we will be spending our time on these, while these orcs will run in with a great sword and chop us up. So this isn't really something that the Colossus can deal with, at least not easily. So yeah. Also, if the Colossus is alone, there'll be a lot of attacks from the 2 Alpha warriors, which will grind down the defense and allow him to hit on every attack, even though he has 19 attack skill, so probably doesn't even really need that. Anyway, let's see how they stack up against these also very insanely blessed Van Heers that hit like crazy. Or hurt like crazy. There's a lot more to Alpha Warriors, and I'm interested to see how this fatigue play with the auras is gonna work out. This is probably the biggest battle we've seen so far. Everything else has kind of been one-sided stomps. Wow, the javelins did a lot of damage, but it also enraged everyone due to the bonds. What is it? Blood bond. But yeah, if we have a look, fatigue 200 already. 200. 200. So it seems like the play is first lock. Let's have a look at what this is. So this is the Fate Weaving. The unit has increased chance of getting hit, and an increased chance of these hits dealing high damage. First lock also negates the effect of lock if it should be in effect. Okay, so that makes the box hitting our Colossus even worse. Or even a bigger problem. Interesting. I don't know the exact numbers of that. I could probably look it up, but now let's just have a look at this battle. It doesn't look like a lot of Tuatha warriors are dying. I think most of these are just asleep. Now, in the back end, we have some unkitted Vanyals and some kitted out Vanyals cleaning up. These are just mundane units. But yeah, the murder boss has been murdered, would seem. So this, I mean, this bliss is a lot of bliss points. I'm not gonna count it out, but he has like very high path in everything. And if we have a look at his scales when we go out, we'll see that they all really low. I think at least Fate Weaving is, and I think also the auras are awake guard only, so he does have a guard out. He probably was dormant, because if he had this bliss early, I mean, you probably can't do anything but dormant with this bliss. But I think it would have been a lot bigger also. You will see when he go out, he's not very big considering how insane his bliss is. But yeah, he murders. Let's have a look at the outcome. So he lost 17 Tuatha warriors, and then Van just kind of lost everything. So that was 50 Vanheers that just got murdered. I'm not sure that I could even kill these Vanheers with my troops. That's the problem. Need to figure something out for that. In the meantime, let's have a look at this. This is us attacking into TNN with Wind Riders. And let's just, for comparison's sake, have a look at our bliss. Oh, 2 attack skill, some resist, and 4 strength. Well, we did take a throne this turn, which gives some air shield as well. But yeah, not actually quite nice against the javelins. But yes, not really something that's gonna compete with what we just saw. Unfortunately for this battle, we have a commander right here who, well, this guy's protecting him at the moment, but now he's getting attacked by a lot of units and he dies. And then that was our only commander, so they all flee. Which is very unfortunate, because now his capital isn't under siege. And he can do a lot of stuff with that. Although, well, we'll see, and we'll talk about it in a bit. We also saw from a scout that he sent out a Thork to take this on this province, kitted out with a Gorge of Parrying, sure, and a very interesting Ice Mist, which is fatigue play. Doesn't need to hit, So you just go up to some fog that is maybe has very high defense, for example, or protection or something, and then you just ice mist him till he has no fatigue left. So this is something we need to worry about. However, blessing, and then he just made us. Yep. All these battles are Wind Riders raiding without much issue, just PD. If there is any units, or were any units in these provinces, then they would be stealthy and we wouldn't fight them. We also bombed Yomi, who had some Bakemono, and we end up losing a few riders. Yeah, sure. That's just kind of unlucky, I think. Also had a battle in Veritas. Have a look at that. This is Vanheim finally taking the capital. There's a lot of mages here, but I'm pretty sure that he is AI by now. But he's doing some summoning, only conjuration free, but there's some Colossus. But these are Vanhears we're talking about, and they end up murdering everything and then just running in. Just having a look at what kind of spells he's casting. I think it's mainly some, let's have a look, lightning bolts, earth grip, yeah, oh sure. And his casters are just kind of these Vanyars without gear. Sure. So yeah, just Vanhears doing Vanheir stuff, cleaning up mages. He ended up losing a few, 4, doesn't really matter. Okay, unexpected events, found a magic site, and we had some Dominion. Completed a palisade, which is the one on the throne, and I just want to see this magic site that we found is an iron mine. Okay, resources. So this is what the map looks like. I was kind of banking on Vanheim winning this. Right, I was kind of hoping that TNN would go into defend, which he did. So I predicted that, but I did not predict that his bless would be this crazy. And I'm pretty certain that if he had a normal bless, then Vanheim would have probably won. The more I look at how Vanheim is doing, the more I actually kind of want to fight him, because he's not really doing anything besides the Vanhears. So if you can counter this by, I mean, he's kind of just blobbing up and then sending the Vanhears in. So if you can do anything that kind of handles that, then it should be a pretty easy fight. Or, I mean, you can probably do it once and then he'll start fogging or raiding you, but yeah, whatever. Yes. So let's look at this. So we are just, unfortunately we didn't get the capital, so you can go out and do stuff, but we're just gonna keep raiding. This army that we have here, I don't really have a very good way of dealing with. So just kind of trying to avoid it. I'm pretty certain that he's going to cloud trapeze the fox, maybe switch out the kid, and then jump on these Wind Riders. At least that was what I would do. So I'm kind of, and then from what I've seen from him, he's a very capable player. So I'm just kind of, yeah, I'm expecting him to do clever stuff, basically. I think he's a pretty good player. So this, like, attacking him, there's a pretty good chance that this is a mistake. Well, it's gonna end up not being great for us, I think, because this bless is probably not something we can deal with at the moment. I mean, my reasoning for attacking him is that I had a Colossus that I needed to abuse before people find counters, but he also had a bless that he needs to abuse before people find counters. And with him being so small, I was kind of expecting him to just not have anything special, but apparently he does. So that's not great. Yeah. Alright. So we're just kind of raiding, trying to avoid this army for now. I'm somewhat hoping that he will go with his fox out to defend, and then go with the army and attack the throne. Because if he does that, then we have a Colossus that he might know of, he might not know of, who knows? And yeah, and then if there are no fox with like anti-fox stuff, which I don't, unless he knows that I have a Colossus, he doesn't really have a reason to bring them up here. And then I can jump in with the Colossus. However, we are construction 6 now, so I'm going to switch out some of his gear. We will be making a armor of knights for him. We will be making a shield that, I mean, I can just show you. This shield, which auto casts Shocking Grasp, which is kind of the only real solution I see to his fox. So I'm just banking. He has 15 lightning resist, and Shocking Grasp is gonna do more than that, and it's armor negating. So I'm banking on stunning him with that. So we will be casting Shocking Grasp on auto. We will have innate spellcaster that's gonna cast. Well, it tends to cast Shocking Grasp also. And then in addition to that, we are crafting a Spirit Helmet, which will be casting Lightning Bolt. So hopefully we will be casting 3 lightning spells every round, and stunning whatever we are fighting. Yes. What else are we making? I'm just updating the lodestone to a +4. I'm keeping the parrying sword because I don't really want to attack him. I only have like 9 attack skill, and he has like 25 defense, so it's not really ever gonna happen. And if I do attack him, then I'm gonna get Fate Weaving. There might be an argument in removing the trample, so we don't get Fate Weaving from that. I'm not sure how that works. I'm gonna look that up, and if I might do that after the turn. Other than that, we are mostly just keeping things. I also might change the bracer for a Girdle of Might to get more reinvigoration against Fatigue Place. Yes. Other things, interesting things that we are doing this turn is we are casting Mother Oak. We are spending a 51 gems on that. Yep. So that's just what we have, and I don't really want to overcast. I'm just putting the extra one because we have it. Other than that, continuing to craft lightless lanterns. Our research is 700. We are getting Thaumaturgy, so we could do some communion, and then we are getting alteration because Phoenix Pyre is gonna make our Colossus probably unkillable for him if we also do some Girdle of Might, Earthen Power, reinvigoration stuff. Maybe there's another misc item that gives 5 reinvigoration as well. Maybe that one instead of the girdle. Yes, and another reasoning for alteration is we need, if we want to fight him, we're gonna need a lot of chaff that somehow can survive all his Tuathas. For that, well, our chaff sucks, so it's gonna need some buffs, which will be probably Marble Warriors, and yeah, that's probably mandatory. We are also gonna need enchantment for Flame Ward and Winter Ward against the auras, and then we will probably need evocation for spamming Thunder Strikes, and we will probably need Storm as well. I don't remember where Storm. Here it is, evocation 5. Storm's also gonna be needed. Yeah, so if our Pretender or Colossus can't deal with the army, then we are gonna try to get the research so that we can deal with it. And he basically, pretty sure he's not gonna be able to do that much before we have researched all of this stuff, because we have pretty good research. Having said that, Alteration 7 will take a while, but I mean, we can buy some time by raiding and such. Yeah. So this video has been very long now, but this is also probably one of the most important turns in this entire game. Is there anything else that's worth mentioning? Not sure. Yeah, so this turn, as I just said, is extremely important. We really need Mother Oak. We really need to not lose too much to TNN. If next turn goes poorly, I will probably message him and say this war isn't worth it for either of us, because I can prolong and yeah, yada, so on, so on. And the others are growing big while we are wasting time, because this might be a grind fest. And I definitely want to avoid that. And I also, like, just seeing from what he's doing, he seems like an experienced player, and experienced players know that grind fests are how you lose games. Potentially can even suggest attacking someone together, like Mannheim or Yomi. Yeah, so, oh yeah, another thing is a plan for the mid game is we have these randoms that roll 2 Earth, 1 Astral, and if I give them boots to for Earth 3 and a Astral cap for Astral 2, then we can construct golems, and golems are extremely strong. And so that's kind of my plan for the mid game. Because this nation, I'm really missing some, like, basically I'm missing Fox that can answer, like, give me answers to all sort of problems, right? Like with the teleport or whatever, basically the same as our Colossus is doing, but him only being one person is not really enough. Yeah, so we are probably gonna get those, and we are kind of already there, right? We have construction 6, need 7, and then they are kind of ready already. Yeah, that's the plan, and I think this video is long enough for now, so I'm very excited to see what happens. But let's see in the next turn.